Welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. Today in Tennessee, what is it, March the 2nd. So on March the 2nd, if you're watching this video in the future, it's supposed to be 70 degrees today. That's just ridiculous for Tennessee this time of year. It's fantastic. You can't beat it, guys. I love this weather. We got a lot going on today. The first thing I'm going to do is take both tractors and put them over here, and we'll do a size comparison. Then we'll head up to the sawmill and see what's going on up there, and we might run down to the timber frame and put up some more siding. So hang in there, guys. I've got a lot going on today. All right, friends. This is my third time driving this tractor. The shuttle shift is a whole lot different from a hydrostatic, and it reminds me of the Mahindra that I used to have a few years ago. Very similar. Looks like we're low on diesel. This thing holds about 25 gallons. I'm not looking forward to filling this thing up. Hey there, Cabbage. How you doing, buddy? Looks like we woke him up. As you can see, that's a pretty noticeable size difference right there in both the tractors. The biggest difference in the height of it are these massive tires on the 754. Check those out right there. That is a big front tire for a utility tractor. And right there is the front tire on the 574. Now, just so you guys know, this is a full-size utility tractor, and the 574 would be classified as a compact tractor. So that's where the size difference comes from. They both contain the same implements. There's no difference in that. Everything I have for this tractor will fit on the front end loader on this tractor. No difference at all. Now, the cab on both tractors is actually pretty similar in size. There's not a lot of difference in the room inside of them. Now there's a big difference in the loader here, friends. Check out the loader on the 754. At full height, this loader is rated at 3,200 pounds. And on the 574 at full height, it's rated at 2,700 pounds. Guys, that is at full height, but if you need to lift something just a few inches off the ground like a log or anything like that, I'm pretty sure you could lift a lot more than it's rated for. Just be careful when you're doing stuff like that and don't break anything. Something else here, friends, on the 754 you have 2 steps to climb into the tractor because it sets up a lot higher, and a pretty significant difference back here in the rear tires. You can check out the size of that one compared to the 574. Now the 754 is a category 2 3-point hitch, which means all my category 1 implements that go on the back of the tractor, I'll have to put some adapters on the connecting points to make them work, but that's no big deal. It does have 2 sets of remote hydraulics. One of them is a detent right here on the back. Both tractors have this feature right here. I wouldn't have a tractor without it now. This right here is so you can raise your 3-point hitch when you're outside of the tractor. It's really nice for hooking up implements. Now it does have the standard top link right here. I do have a hydraulic top link over there. I got one of these on order, the hydraulic ones. It should be here probably Friday or Monday, and we'll put that on. And as standard on most tractors, there is the power takeoff, 64 horsepower right there. The engine on this tractor is 74 horsepower. There's also a pretty big difference in the weight of these tractors. The 574, without the fluid in the rear tires, which I do have it in there, weighs about 5,000 pounds. And the 754 weighs about 8,000 pounds, but here in about a week we should get the co-op out here and they'll be putting fluid in the rear tires, and we'll probably get another 800 or 900 pounds out of that. The next thing I need to do here, friends, before we head up to the sawmill is work on these hydraulic lines. Now there's 2 common types of hydraulic lines in the agricultural industry. Pioneer hydraulic lines, and that's what we're seeing right there. A lot of people call them AG lines, Pioneer lines. It's the same thing. And over here on my other tractor, I have the flat face couplers that are very common on skid steers. What we're going to do today is get the Pioneer hydraulic couplers out and switch these out. And the reason I'm switching it is so everything can match up. I have a few more implements here that you guys haven't seen yet that also has Pioneers on them. So I want everything to match when I start switching implements around here this spring and start putting these two tractors to work. Those of you that are interested, this right here is a flat face coupler right there, and this is the male end. You can see it's flat right there on top. That's why they call it a flat face coupler. Isn't that clever? And here is the Pioneer. You can see right there, it does stick out just a little on the top, and there's a noticeable size difference, but they pretty much do the same thing. I believe the big difference in these, they can handle more hydraulic flow, such as the hydraulic flow from a skid steer. And I could be wrong about that, guys, and if I am, the keyboard commandos will let me know down in the comments. So that's the difference, guys. Pretty good size difference, actually. As far as price, these right now are about $50 a piece. And you can get a set of these for about $30 at Tractor Supply. So you get two of these for $30 or $50 just for one of them. Big difference. It's got the Teflon tape on there, put a little blue creeper on the threads inside of the fitting. Doesn't take much. Now these Pioneer couplers, they leak a little when you connect them, I noticed. I didn't notice that with the flat face couplers. All right, friends, let's see how this grapple works on the 754. I got a white oak right there. It needs to go down to the log yard because I'm tired of driving around it and it's too old to be sawed into lumber. I think it's been on the ground about 5 years. So we'll take it down to the log yard and probably turn it into firewood sooner than later. Tell you what, that's a heavy log right there. the Sawmill. This is white pine. And I tell you what, this log looks terrible, friends. The bark is off of it. There's a lot of knot clusters here about every 2 or 3 foot. A really nasty log, guys, but we'll get some good boards out of it. Down here on the operator's side, the diameter is about 16.5 inches. And down here on the other side, we're looking at 17.5. So a little bit of taper, but not too much at all. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but those goats are going crazy over there. I don't know what's going on over there. They're just throwing a fit. Huh. That's crazy as 2 possums in a trash can. I'll tell you what, it just sounds like a racket going on. I don't think there's any coyotes over there. We get coyotes that run through this field all the time. Usually at night though, I get them on my game cameras, but during the day you don't see them a whole lot. We're sawing this into 1x4s, and I need this to be some, man, what's the terminology? You guys corrected me the other day. I can't even remember it now. That's a shocker. Not the purlins, but I can't even remember what it was. You guys told me in that last video what those pieces are called. And girts. I need girts for the timber frame to hang the metal on. I need a bunch of them. And there's a lot of large knot clusters here, guys. I'll probably slow down just a little when I hit this because I'm running a Maine Silvertip Turbo 7 on the Sawmill. That blade's been on there for a while, guys. It's starting to get a little dull, but I think I can finish up this log before we switch it. Man, that's solid as a rock. Did you see that? I couldn't even penetrate right there. That didn't go as planned. Try again. My goodness. One more time. There we go. Well, don't look at me like that. I gotta eat too. It's about 6 o'clock. It's time to eat some dinner. We'll come back out here in a few minutes and finish up that log. In case you're wondering what we're having, it's better than steak. It's better than lobster. It's a East Tennessee, I guess, delicatessen. Might surprise some of you. Delicatessen. What kind of a word is that for me to be using? Delicatessen. I wonder where I come up with this stuff.